Anyway, Frosty put up a 30-0 in the meanwhile there. Let's see who's out. Surprised a lot of these guys are not out of lap yet. 9 minutes to go. No laps for 7-8 drivers. Meanwhile, X-Knights, while I was looking there, puts in a 129.2, so it goes easy half a second quicker than Lady. Now let's see what King Skillsy can do. Coming through the old Singapore sling, tight section of the track. Goes over a bit of debris, bit of wing someone's lost there, gets it stopped, turned in for the hairpin. And what's his time looking like at the end of Sector 2? 1:04.7, I have no idea if that's good or not. But he is flying through. I think he'd be wanting to get into the 30s at least. Hey, Unique. Long time no speak, dude. Good to hear from you too. As Skillsy puts in a 130.1. I think you'll be happy with that. Both McLarens inside the top 5. Both Williams outside the top 5. As that is the story of WRL Season 10. Williams versus McLaren. Williams have the upper hand. Slightly. But what can McLaren do? Let's have a look at Duck. Duck's 610 sub to go P3. RBs are cooking. V-carbs, I should say. Chasey goes up. P6, 130.1. Anyone else doing anything? Bueno Fabian. Which I believe translates to good Fabian, but he's not on a lap. Let's see what Chevy can do. Chevy championship leader down in P9. He'll do this next lap, then he'll probably have enough time for a final run, but let's see. He's going to have to be looking for about a second, I'd say. Get a different view. Keen for a different view here. It has been that long since I streamed. There we go. Oh, is that a... Who's gotten away with that one? Oh, or has he? No, he's still in his lap. Oh, very wide there. Has he aborted? Or is he going to continue on? Oh, he's definitely aborted. He's got way too much battery left. Should go on board with Maney, who I think just completed the lap. We missed that one. 29.8 puts himself back up at a P4. Map? Yeah, map would be good. There we go. What can War do? Ooh, almost gets in the wall there. Pretty much everyone in the pit's waiting for their final run. What about both the Ferraris and both the Astons in a lap. I know Kirko loves to start at the back and avoid all the crap. So that's a deliberate strategy. And Goffey's just started his first flying lap, so let's have a look at the big Goff, who did join up late, so he's ran straight into the car and gone straight out. Wall was also not on the lap. And Goffey has gone purple sector 1. Might be purple versus... Oh, no, he's aborted now. Cut that, might have got a penalty. Alrighty, some of the front runners are coming out. Big Frosty and Chasey. Anyone completing a lap at the moment? Here we go, this Aston's having a crack. Offie 613. Just needs to put in a time to jump to P16. Any time will do. P16. Nice. Gets it stopped, second gear. Dabber brakes down to third, back on the power. Little squeeze of the ARS. Into 7th, into 8th. Using every gear. Mercedes behind him, I think it's Swarm on his out lap. What can Hoppy do before we go back up here with some of the front runners who have come out early to start their flying laps? Frosty, Chasey. What can Hoppy do? And he puts in 1:32.1. Frosty 1/10 up on his time. That's a projected 29.9. Oh, and the Alpine gets in the way, and that's the quality man. I wonder if he got damage and Blades retired. Blades retired in the pits, I assume. Not wanting to do his last run. Who is on an out lap now? I know Chasey is one of the first drivers out there. Frosty will probably go again if he doesn't have wing damage. Skillsy about to start a lap. We'll go back on board with him soon. He's up a 10th, Chasey, so he could be improving a few places here. Oh, does he come across the line to do? That's 29.9. Not bad. Let's see how many places he drops back down once the rest of these laps are completed. Is anyone going to be able to get anywhere near X-Knights? Looks very clean here. We got a yellow flag, sector 2 and 3. It's a Mercedes going slow. And X-Knights has a 5-place grid penalty for a collision with Izzy Fizzy. And he is also retired. So your top 2. And Shining Swarm's gone 3rd with a 29.7. My goodness. My goodness. This could be Shining Swarm P3 on the grid, people. Let's see what the rest of them can do. Matty Skills, he throws it into the final chicane. He's got no more battery left. Flings it in for the final turn. And it's a 29.6. He goes up into P2. What a lap. That was big. He's currently provisional pole Oh, and Shining Swarm through the wall. Not sure what's going on there, but Matt Skills is provisional pole here with that. With that penalty. What can Maney do? Maney about on par with his time. Maney gets pole. 29.5 McLaren. Wolfgang. JC comes back for his next lap, and that will not be good enough. Who else? We got a Chevy now. Chevy, although... Yeah. Kashi improves a little bit. Then we got a V-carb of Duck. V-carb of Duck coming across the line. He can't improve. We've got a Mercedes of War Machine. Going to put in a respectable 29.9. And Chevy Wolves improves, but only up into P9. So it is McLaren on top, P1 and P2 for Maney and Skillsy, who both got their laps in when it counted. I would also like to say the special mention to Shining Swarm has to be said. So yeah, there it is. So it'll be Maney, Skillsy, Lady, and then it'll be OAS Driver before the actual pole sitter, X-Knights, will be 5th. So I don't know what happened there. Wonder if the stewards will be seeing that incident. I think the stewards will be seeing that incident. If I had to guess, maybe X-Knights was on a lap and hit Izzy, or other way around. Maybe someone can tell us. I'm going to try to turn the quality up a little bit. We'll step it up to 480. Don't want to go too crazy. Stepping it up to 480p, riveting stuff. Strategy, from what I try to get out of the way for driver, but Izzy was also trying to do the same thing and everyone stumbled on each other. Yeah, no, that's fair. That is fair, especially around Singapore. That is unlucky nights. But let's see. Let's see. You got big pace. P5. All to play for, as they say. But yeah, as I was saying, strategy seems to be one of the more straightforward tracks on the game in terms of that. One stop, med hard. Hard med if you're feeling adventurous. Don't think two stop is on the menu unless there's an opportune safety car. A bit of rain also around Singapore is possible. But here we go. 3, 4, 5 red lights. And we're off and racing here in Singapore. Both McLarens get off the grid well. Shining Swarm improves up a place to P4. And OAS Driver goes up the inside. Unfortunately, Skillsy's been dropped a little bit by the front pack. And he's had a collision with X-Knights. A little bit of damage there. Potentially an end plate to X-Knights. Doesn't look like Skillsy has had a great start. Down 3 positions. Everyone on the medium tire except Duck and Hench. So back up at the front, Maney got a clean start, whereas Matt Skills didn't. And he's 0.8 ahead of Blady, Driver, and X-Knights. X-Knights had a good start. He made amends. We got Chasey and Frosty having a little battle here. Frosty having a look at Chasey on the first lap. Frosty is a big gainer as well, up 3. Chevy Wolves down 4. That is the big story of lap 1, I'd say. Leading the championship, but under big pressure here. There are your strategies. I would ignore the bottom 2 stopper. That looks ridiculously bad. These top 2 have just eked out a little gap here over OS Driver, who almost heads kind of secondary train of Excite, Skills, Swarm, Chasey, Frosty. And Frosty gonna have a look here up on the inside of Chasey. Thinks better of it. He'll save it for the DRS straight, I think. But he does look to have good pace. Both the Red Bulls looking strong here for the race. But everyone's got DRS. That is the problem. Everyone's got DRS. How much wing are you running? Not enough. Not enough. These 2 have checked out now, 2 seconds ahead of Driver. So X-Knights, Skillsy and Swarm gonna have to think of a way to get past soon, because it looks like Driver's just starting to hold him up a bit. Or managing his tyres. Ooh, and he seemed very close to the wall there. Might have just been that camera angle. Let's have a look for some battles down the field. Frizy, what can he do on the big war? Skillsy also looking very close to the back of X-Knights here. Skillsy trying to make amends for a bit of a lackadaisical start, you could say. Pressuring the back of X-Knights here as Blady pumps in a fastest lap. He's pushing Bladies. And that was a Blady through on Maney to take the lead here. And we all know Blady's got a spare set of softs should we get a late safety car. And we've got a yellow flag. Trying to work out what's happened. Not sure. As that's a spin for War. That's a spin for War. As he tumbles down the order, unfortunate. Not loving this aerial cam. Don't know if you guys like it. Might have a TV pod for a bit. As X-Knights looked for a move on OS Driver there. Skillsy also right there. This is 3 seconds now to the good between and X-Knights. He's going to force it here up the inside. Doesn't quite get it done though. That was very clean and controlled driving. As now Skillsy going to have a look. Couldn't quite get it done, but this is just costing them time. 4 seconds now adrift. OS Driver is Domaney, and Swarm's wanting to get involved too, as Frosty and Chasey behind also coming together. And who's going to win out of these two? Chasey and Frosty. He's battling all down this pack. This is why we love. This is why we love to see Tier 4. They're always battling it out. I'm waiting for the move on OAS Driver. I'm waiting patiently. Telemetry. Got ya. Interesting. X-Knights fuel light is on, and it looks like OS Driver is slow because he has damage, and he might have some more now. He's clattered the wall there. X-Knights has got to push past now. It's now or never. Oh, he's Gave him some room. Smart, smart, smart. Well done. Next Science is through. And next up, Skillsy. He's got to put a move ASAP, otherwise X Science is just going to disappear off into the distance, as I think Duck Puncher got it done there on Chevy Wolves. We'll go back up here a bit. Skillsy, can he get it done? OS driver's still got DRS. I don't think it's possible yet. Back up at the front. Lady just eked a little bit of an advantage out of Maney at the moment. 1.5 clear. Battery levels pretty similar throughout the field. X-Knights is a bit low on fuel. But yeah, you can see now when it's a little bit more of a technical part of the track, OS driver just maybe starting to feel that front wing. He's going to want to get the move done as soon as possible. Let's have a look here. Duck Puncher's had it off. Duck Puncher's had a problem. He's going to get overtaken by Kashi. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Oh, and the switchback. This battle's going to continue going on. And he's going to get back past with no DRS. Very surprising. Ducky's done well there, and in the meanwhile, OAS is in. The OAS has said, get me new tyres, get me a new wing. Now the battle resumes. Frosty, Swarm, and Skillsy. Driver is going to bolt on the hards and the new wing and potentially go to the end. Not sure if that's possible, but he'll try. And Swarm's going to put a move here on Skillsy. Around the outside, Skillsy breaks late and defends the position. Good defensive driving there. But I reckon if you're Swarm, just play it. You've got a 2-second gap over X-Knights, who's got a 3-second gap over the leaders. If you keep fighting, you're never going to reel them in. You guys need to just work as a team for a couple laps, get back on terms. Get back on terms with the front of the pack. Chasey also having a look here on the back of this Williams. Oh, Kashi. Is he going to have a move up the inside? Not quite. Oh, Chevy Wolves as well. Bit wide there. Bit wide. Ooh. Chasey's still going at it. Good Kashi. I think Chasey got a little bit more pace, but he hasn't been able to get the move done yet. Oh, and Kashi's just got a 3-second swell. Will he get DRS on Duck just to keep him in the mix? No, he doesn't. Chasey's too far. Anyway, Frosty's gone through on Shiny. So Frosty has made a move up into P5. This is where maybe a little bit of tyre wear just starting to creep in. With some battles at the back of the pack here. We've got the Astons. Whoa, and he's gone off. Coffee has gone off battling his teammate. It is not a great night for the Astons. What's going on here? OS driver battling Kirko. OS driver goes wide, but gets past Kirko. So race update. Manning and Blady clear, but Blady's actually cleared out for Manning now. X-Knights hasn't really been able to close down on this gap. However, Skillsy is starting to eat into the gap now. 1.6, 1.7 seconds. The podium is still on for a few of these guys. And we're only quarter of the race in, so podium's still on for most of the field, you'd say. But yeah, Frosty, does he just work together with Skillsy here? Try to pull that gap back to his teammate. Maybe the tier 3. Potentially. Skillsy now actually closing pretty considerably on X-Knights here. Down to 1.5 seconds the gap. Looking for some battles. Frizy and Goffy. This is what we came to watch. So we got both on 7-lap-old Meds. Whoa! Frizy's lost it. Frizy's lost it. Seemed to escape damage. Actually, maybe not. Maybe he didn't escape damage. I don't think he has, actually. That will be a pit for the hards and a wing change. Goffy switched to Fuddler today at P11. Not bad for a man who joined halfway through quali. Oh, and Chevy, he just lost it. This is streamer's curse. I know, ridiculous. As soon as I change to a driver, he wins it, and that's our championship leader. Having a night to forget. Will he just blast back past Goffy here? Thought better of it. Thought better of it. That would have been funny. Let's have a look. Frosty. As soon as I said Skillsy was gaining on X-Knights, he's now back to 2.4. I think I just need to be quiet for the rest of the race, if I'm honest. So yeah, Frizy and Goffy, now Chevy and Goffy. I think Goffy is just about battled half the field tonight. And Goffy's going to let him go. And almost it's the back of him doing so. That was the smart move though. And Swarm is the first of the leaders to pit. Lap 10. Lap 10. So let's have a look at this undercut. As Frosty and Skillsy, it's now game on. Game on. He's going to have a move on the inside. Skillsy likes to defend, but he's not going to be able to because Frosty's got the overspeed, but then he goes wide. And Skillsy just comes straight back through. Oh, that was never going to work, unfortunately. Oh, and now he's overheated the rears a bit. The rears are hot. The rears are hot and probably 40%. Not a good recipe. Where did Swarm come out? Swarm came out. Plus 6 seconds on Hench, so he's got a bit of clean air. This is when you're going to need clean, consistent laps. Just pump them in. You'll be on past Frosty and Skillsy shortly if they keep battling. Just a question of when the rest will hit. I'm going to think maybe a couple more laps. Maybe a couple more laps, but let's see. Let's go down in the meanwhile to driver on a somewhat fresh set of hards. Going to get past some of the back markers as Chasey's going to pit. Chasey's going to pit for his hards. So is Swarm going to come out ahead? Yes, he is easily because he was already ahead. As driver looking to get past this Aston. Goes around the outside of the last corner. Not a typical move you see, but he did it with ease. Now, who's going to blink first out of these guys? Although Blady's got some big undercut protection here. If he wants, he can easily stay out a lap or two after Maney and probably still be in the lead. If Maney's going to tier 3, Blady should go with him. Because Blady is killing it. Pretty sure he only did 2 runs in quali as well, or 1. Swarm's also now on the back of bench. So now this is hurting Swarm. He needs to get past Pronto. And he is. At the first time of asking. Up the inside. Hench, I don't think Hench is going to waste his time too much. Or is he? Who's going to get DRS? Oh! That was a bad view of that accident. But the commentator's curse strikes again, and that is so unfortunate for Shining Swarm. That is so unfortunate for Shining Swarm. Now we got pitters galore. Frosty, Chevy, Goffy. So yeah, Shining Swarm with that incident cooked himself a bit and did all the hard work. So surely, if you are Skillsy, X-Knights, Maney, hit this lap. Otherwise, you are getting passed by Frosty. Chasey gets through on Nick. Lady stays out. Maney stays out. X-Knight stays out. Skillsy comes in. Skillsy trying to protect the undercut from Frosty. Oh, overcooks a little bit on the entry there. But ensures no 10-second penalty. Firing her out late into the box. I think he's going to be out ahead of Frosty. 60 kilometers. It's a slow pit lane. I reckon he's gonna just. Oh no, he's not. He's not. Not even close. So there is your undercut. 1 lap, extremely powerful. Frosty gonna end up 3.5 seconds clear by the time that gets his tyres heated up. So unlucky for Swarm, as we've got Hobbies out. Is he in the pits? Yeah, I think he's in the pits. Meanwhile, X-Knight's actually right now on the back of Maney. The X-Knight's finding pace when others are having tire degradation issues. Although you can see there clearly the tyres are crying at this point. The rears as Chasey and OAS battling it out. That's Chasey through on OAS. As X-Knights and Maney, are they going to pit? Maney pits. X-Knights stays out. So X-Knights, let's see, as Duck pits as well. Oh, it's a safety car. It's a safe. Is it a safety? No, it's not a safety car. It is. It is. Definitely is. So why next night's pit. I guess he'll come in next lap, but must have been called right when they were crossing the pit entry. Alrighty, so that is kind of unlucky for all the guys who just pit. That skills included. As we can see there, he's just dropped a few. Unfortunate. Worked out perfectly for these two at the front. Oh no. Izzy's at a 10-second for speeding. Unfortunate. 60 kilometers in Singapore catches a few people out. As everyone's making their final stop. So it's going to run to the end. Interesting to see if, I guess, Duck, Swarm, Driver, Mick got to do 16 laps on the med. Maybe 15 by the time the safety car comes in. Probably 15 or 14. Yeah, that's doable. Probably start to struggle at the end of the race, but they're going to have more pace for the first 5 laps by a little bit. As X-Knights actually loses out to Frosty. Although Frosty does have 3 lap older tyres. And Manian Lady still up at the front. So the Red Bull family of cars having a great night. McLaren also running well. Williams also recovered, you'd say, from what looked pretty dire early. They've recovered. Goffey also a huge move of this race. I think potentially he benefited from that safety car up 8 positions. Frosty also up 8. And Nick, not a bad race from him either, up 6. As we can see, this field pretty splintered. Got about the top 10, top 8, 9 together, and then the rest. Quite a few stragglers. As Driver, did he retire in the pits just then? Looks like he has. So we got 3 drivers out now. Driver, Fabian, and Offie. But yeah, can you see what Duck can do here on the meds? Versus a few guys on the hards. What is good for him right now is the fact that the field is so spread out. The safety cars at least another lap, I would say. Making green be lap 18. So it's only about 13, 14 laps, which is doable. Second stint, very doable. He'd be absolutely nursing those right now under the safety car. They don't even want to use more than a couple of % if possible. So in terms of the championship, S10s, Maney going to be the new championship leader for sure. Chevy down in P9. Evil Blade also probably going to enjoy a pretty substantial rise up the standings. Currently P10, 44 points. Hopefully he can bag 25 or so here. What can Swarm do as well? Oh, he's left the session. As soon as I said what can Shining Swarm do, he left the session. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Let's get him back in. Surely I have him. Oh no. Don't do that. Don't. Hopefully somebody else can invite him, because it doesn't look promising. No, I don't think I have him. I don't think I have him. He's definitely still AI. I know. As soon as I mentioned his name, he lagged out. Anyway, we are going to be going racing this lap. Yes, we are confirmed by the FIA themselves. You know, I think I'm gonna stay with Duck. Went the alternate strategy, started on the hards. I would say he would have probably liked that safety car going a couple laps later, but it was just about right in the sweet spot. Gonna go to the broadcast for the restart. Holding it. It's holding it, Maney. Doesn't want to go just yet. And he's off. Maney gets away in the lead. Frosty having a look already. And then we've got this little battle pack here. As Skillsy, he's looking up the inside of Duck. And they got 3 wide. Oh, what's happened to Duck? Oh, Skillsy's going invisible. But Duck, he's lost the position too. And Audacious and Swarm's back in. Swarm is back in. Right at the perfect time, but he's down to last. His AI has hit him. I can confirm his AI has hit Swarm. And that'll be his race over, sadly. So Maney in the lead. Duck and Skillsy still battling. We missed that. Duck is using those mediums. Oh, and also Chasey and Cashy going wheel to wheel. And oh, Chevy's having a look here. Thinks better of it. That was going to be a disaster had he moved. Anyway, we go back online with the front gears. X-Knights, Duck, Skillsy. Duck's got way more grip. Duck's got way more grip here. How brave is he going to be? X-Knight saving. I think he's just going to send it right here, right now. And he does just that. Breaks the late, uses all of that medium tyre. And Duck is on the move. Bit of a gap. Skillsy's having a look now at X-Knights, so interesting. X-Knights maybe not getting the warmth into his tyres like some of these guys have. Trying to save everywhere he can that battery. And Maney and Lady battling. Lady goes through, takes the lead off Maney. So it's back to how we had it at the start of the race. Lady leading Maney. Frosty also right there. But Frosty's got a little bit more of his tyres used up. As Frizy gets a 3 sec. Unlucky. Now, I wonder how much battling there may be here, but Duck just losing pace here a little bit on the slap. I think we'll go back to broadcast. This is going to be the next battles. X-Knight, Skillsy. They're all lining up behind X-Knight's here. And he's lost DRS to Duck. So it's now whatever for Skillsy, I reckon. He's going to start to get a lot of pressure from behind if he doesn't make a move right away, as X-Knights has gone wide into turn 1. And has he given the DRS here? Has he gotten the DRS here on Skillsy? Is he gonna blast back through? Let's have a look. This might have been a 10,000 IQ Carlos Sainz move. Oh, and Skillsy's defended hard. And there's contacts. They've both gone off. And the Williams of Kashi capitalizes. Skillsy tries to send it back, but he can't. That was some motor racing there from that Skills. Very aggressive on the defend. Gotta say, X-Knights, I thought he was doing that. It was smart. He disguised it as he was going wide. Maybe he did just go wide. But very much looked like he wanted to get the DRS back on that Skills and pass it back. Yeah, X-Knight's pace has just vaporized into thin air. Skillsy on the back of Kashi now, so he's got to get that position back and see if he can go after Duck. That's the brief for his last 10 laps. Get past Kashi, chase down Duck on his mediums that will be frying by the end of the race. But I keep missing these lead battles because Mania's gone back on Lady. Are they battling? Are they just swapping DRS? Is they ahead of Duck? Yeah, X-Knight's dropping off. Got another little battle pack here forming as well. JC, Goffy, Frizy, War, Izzy. Izzy trying to fight back after a 10-second. Skillsy still on the back of Kashi. Lady and Maney very close. It's basically like they've got a tow rope attached to the car. Maney got a lot more ERS. Skillsy thought about it. He'll save it. He'll save it. So they gotta reel in. He's got to reel in 2.8 seconds on Duck. Can he get it done here? He's got no energy. 0. But he sends it anyway. Very respectful move there from both drivers. And they're still going wheel to wheel. And I think Skillsy's just going to get him here. Well done. Took a few corners, but he got it done. Very clean driving, very clean racing. That's what we like to see. 3.4 on Duck. Tyres are going to be a factor here. And you get that elusive P4. Back up at the front. Maney, Blady, Frosty. The top three. Let's have a look at the gain, loss. Frosty, I was going to say, Frosty's had a good race. So is Cashy. Oh, as Skillsy goes wide, he's now given Cashy a chance at redemption. Coming through the last corner. Both very low on power, battery. So this is not going to help their prospects of... As Goffy gets a 3 sec. But what I was saying is not going to help their prospects of chasing down the top 3-4 people. I don't think that's happening anymore. Lady Maney. So I feel like these guys are just going to formation fly until the last 2 laps. As Chevy puts in the fastest lap on a fresh set of softs as, ooh, Frizy and Goffy, little incident there. It's war. Frizy going at it now. And Izzy's getting involved too. Izzy's going to go up the inside. Ooh. Just out of the wall there. I think he got away with it. Chase here next night's also going at it here. As Hench, the latest victim of another 3 sec, as Frizy and Warwar, the battle rages on. Oh, and Warwar's had an off. They've had a little collision there. Didn't catch it as well as I could, as Izzy goes into the back of Frizy. Action everywhere you look here. That's P4. Let's have a look at the lead. Is Warwar 3 second now. Izzy pits. Front wing damage must have been obtained in that incident. Skillsy and Cashy's still fighting it out. I don't think they're going to be able to catch Duck. I wonder how much this front 3 potentially battle in the last few laps. Give Duck a sniff if he's got any tyres left. Cooper, you're watching Tier 4, just to remind you. Frosty's actually just left the DRS zone of these front 2. So just a few gaps starting to appear. We're going to have to just stay on board with this. This is going to be it for the rest of the race. Pretty similar battery levels. I don't know why, but I feel like Lady is just hanging back. I feel like he's got a bit extra left. He's just awaiting. Maybe Manny does too. Who knows? And yeah, Skillsy and Cashy just not able to quite close. As Duck now gaining on Frosty. Oh no, is he not again? No. Another 10-second penalty. You should have a look at those as well. So Cashy's got a 3. X-Knights will be ahead of him at the moment based off that. And we got 3s for everyone else. All the way down to Hench. Back up at the front. Evil Blade almost pushing Maney through that last corner. What do we think, chat? Bladey gonna win or Maney gonna win? I'd have to vote Bladey. I reckon he's chilling. Either way, they're both driving smart. They've broken Frosty now, plus 2.3. They can battle the last couple of laps in peace. Don't have to worry about anyone behind. Bladey now getting very close here. Really starting to apply pressure. Duck now 2.4 as well. So he has Frosty in his sights now. Frosty just struggling a little bit. I did mention he had a few extra laps on his tyres. You could see that now. Probably doesn't make too much of a difference, to be honest, but his eyes just starting to complain a little bit. As Frazzy's actually arrived on the back of Goffey here, so he might get a move. As Maney gets a 3-second, no! And that's a wrap. Stop the race. Stop the race. Do you bother to fight this if you're Maney? I don't think you do. I don't think you do. You just... Well, interesting strategy. Interesting strategy. Because now Frosty's right there as well. Disappointing. I was looking forward to a little battle, but not to be. Not to be. Frizzy still in the back of Goffey, and got a pass here right at the back of the field. What is this view? Mick's going past Hench, I think. Hench coming out of the pits there. As Izzy takes the fastest lap. But does he need to finish in the points to bag that 1 point? I feel like he does. That is true. Blade can back him in. But I think Duck is now starting to struggle a bit with those meds. Now 4 seconds. So Blade's going to have to slow quite a bit. Right now, Maney's going to be P3. Interestingly, Frosty's not out of it, as Izzy's retired in the... Was it in the pits? Maybe, probably. As someone's gone wide. No, that's him. That was Izzy. So he's binned it. Looks like near the bridge. As Blady doesn't look like he's doing too much backing up as of yet. The double DNF for us, not the night for us, unfortunately. Looks like most of the field's starting to get pretty spread out. But Chevy Wolves, not the best race for him. He wouldn't be satisfied with tonight. But, you know, every point counts. Every point counts. So we'd love to be getting past Kirko here, who's had a quiet race as War Machine pits. Kirko's just quietly done his thing. Yeah, I think Duck's tyres are hurting. I think Chevy's going to come through here now to pass Kirko up the inside. Yes, he does. Or does he? No, Kirko defends well, holds his line. He'll get the inside for this corner, and he'll keep P11. Good defending. Shining Swarms also having a look. Wouldn't quite get through. So that will continue for another lap. And let's go back up with the leaders. Duck now 6 adrift. So Duck is hurting. And Skillsy with a lap, 2 laps to go, is starting to get the benefit of the hard versus the medium. Really love to get DRS here for this second to last lap. Just to put him a bit closer. But he won't get it. He won't get it. He'll have to wait. Now, as they both go a bit wide, is Blady going to back up? Is he going to back up? Kirko is cooking, agreed, P11. Ferrari, good race, P9, P11 at the moment. But is Blady going to back him up? Skillsy's right on the back of Duck. Duck's tyres are finished. X-Knight's also on the back of Kashi here. So a few late battles and Chevy Wolves finally gets through on Kirko. So Duck's got a lot of battery. He's been waiting for Skillsy, saving it up. He's seen him coming for a few laps. What can Skillsy do? A little bit too much curve there. Skillsy's tyres probably also pretty worn as well. The rear looks a little bit at sea. What can he do? What can he do? Ooh, nice big chunk out of that corner. That's got him real nice and close. Having a sniff. Just having a sniff. All important exit here coming up. Both got out reasonably well. Both have a similar amount of battery. There's going to be a big lunge if it's going to happen. Not quite. Not quite. Is he going to have a look down the inside? No. They're going to stay on board here. We've got X-Knights as well. Oh! Almost up the inside. What happened there? Needs to get this next section of corners bang on. And Swan gets another 3 seconds. Oh. And this is it. This is it. This is it. Is he going to switch it back to the inside? He's going to try and go all the way around the outside. Switches back. And they just had contact there, which compromised this exit. And I think Duck's going to live to fight another day. But Skillsy goes around the outside. Doesn't quite get it done again. That's Kashi and X-Knights. But we've missed the win. We've missed the win. Pardon me. Lady, clinical had the race in hand from very early. Looked like he always had the pace. Frosty has gained 9 positions. That's driver of the day areas. Maney P3, only because of that penalty. Still a fantastic weekend for him. And with the added benefit of the fact that he will now be your championship leader for Tier 4, Maney. So well done. Duck makes it last on the meds. Under pressure from Skillsy, who had a fighting race. A good race, a fighting race. Was disadvantaged heavily from the safety car. We mustn't forget. So without that, he could have been on the podium, but very good still, P5. X-Knights as well. Decent race, had some pace issues, but he'll round out the top 6, and those were easily your best 6 drivers of the night. As I said, Lady clinical race, and is your race winner. Izzy got the fastest lap. Goffey gets driver of the day. He did have a great race, up 9 positions in the Ferrari, making it into the top 10. Swarm, most overtakes. He had a great race. He just was unlucky with a few things. I think he had an incident as well. He would have been right up there in the top 6. He is flying of late. Let's get some of these guys in. Go with your top 3 here from Singapore, starting off with Maney. Just make sure you included your party audio or whatever that button is. But yeah, Maney, you looked really good tonight. Obviously, you and Blady pretty much fighting to and fro from lap 1. Pretty much led, I'm going to say, half the race. So yeah, it looked like a really strong race from you. How did it go from your side?
Yeah, definitely happy with the result. I mean, could have been better, could have been a P2 and a P1, but take what you can get. Blady was definitely a faster driver tonight. He just had insane race pace. Thought I could hold him off, but as soon as he got past me, it was just GG's from there.
Yeah, you kind of sealed your fate also with a 3-sec, which was unlucky, but you are the new championship leader. Chevy Wolves had a pretty difficult race, so yeah, you're a new championship leader. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, feel happy to have it back. Obviously, still a long season ago. Still very close up the front, and with results like this, other drivers coming in fast on different tracks. So still anyone's game, I reckon.
Yep, definitely agree. 5 races in, still 9 to go. And next race is United States. I actually don't know what that means. Is that Las Vegas? Is that Coda? Is that Miami? It's Coda. Okay. How do you feel about Coda then, Maney?
Probably out of the 3 tracks, my least favourite, but I guess gotta deal with what you get and hope I can keep the lead next week.
That's it, gotta play the cards. You're dealt, get practicing, but well done. Moving on, Frosty P2 gained, I think, 9 positions. Pretty, I think, robbed of the driver of the day, but Goffey did a good race too. So yeah, how was the race from your point of view? A lot of overtaking. I think you pit early for the hards as well. Gained a few positions that way. So yeah, how did it feel from your end?
Well, honestly, got really lucky, to be honest. I wasn't expecting to get P2 because I started really far back. But you know, in Tier 4, anything can happen really. So I know I boxed really early because the mediums were gone after like 9 laps, and I was like, I can't be bothered to do 5 more laps of this. So then I boxed for hards
Mm.
really early. I got past Skillsy, and then the safety car came out, so that actually kind of helped me. And then I basically was just able to sit behind both Lady and Maney fighting, and then obviously Maney picked up a penalty, so I just sat behind and was just chilling really.
Yep. Smart race from yourself. But early box was a good move. And yeah, then also once you knew Manny had the penalty, no risks needed to be taken. So good job. And then yeah, how are you feeling about Coda now that we know that that's the track in question?
I'll probably whack in the setup about Sunday 5:15. Hope for the best.
Nice, nice. I like that. I like your style. Well, we're going to move on now to the winner, and clearly the driver with the most pace throughout the race, Blady. Congrats on the win. Looked like you controlled it pretty much start to finish, but yeah, take us through it. Hmm. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I was kind of surprised when you came out behind Manny. I thought you were gonna come out ahead of him, but yeah, nonetheless, you just kind of stuck behind him until that 3 second, and then yeah, there was kind of no point after that. But yeah, I was also surprised to see him fight you a little bit there. And there was a few comments in the chat as well, maybe that you were gonna hold everyone up to bring Duck back into it, but I think Duck's tires were just a bit too cooked. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, great points for the team tonight. In particular, to be honest, three teams all had good races from a points perspective: McLaren, Red Bull, and V Carb. So you guys will all gain some constructors' positions, which is good. But sorry, Blady, Coda, will you be able to continue your form? Will you be up the front again? Ooh. Well, you're coming into it in good form, so you'll be one of the favourites again, I think. But yeah, well, it's good that you capitalise then, mate. Yeah. Alrighty, well, that was a fantastic race. Thanks, lads, for making it interesting. But that'll be it for us from Tier 4 tonight in Singapore. But stay tuned, 30 minutes until Tier 3 will be up. And Fish and Frizy, I believe, will be taking you through that. So have a good one, and we'll see you in 30 minutes. Enjoy.